What is going on? Today is the day. We have officially blown the account. Let's go. Just kidding. That's not very good. We blew the funded evaluation. And I did it in the the dumbest way possible. But we live and we learn. Uh, Journaled both trades. I took two trades, and then both were losses. And yeah, hit max loss limit, blew the account. I have a reset though I can use, so I'm gonna reset the account, back to square one, back to the drawing board. But let's go over the trading notes for the day. This is our first trade of the day right here. We traded on the top step. We traded US 500, entered around 1036. Got out of the trade around 1041. It was a loss, bullish bias going into today. Past couple days have been past day, and then last week was super bullish. I was just looking for a continuation. Had a lot of confluences that said it was going to go up. High time frame, we were pretty bullish up until pretty much market open, and it started switching. But I kind of mirrored the bias, and we'll go over that again. Lower time frame, when I started to look for an entry, was super sideways, so that wasn't good. Scalped the New York session. We had displacement on the entries, and we had high time frame alignment. This kind of is true, kind of not true. At the start, we had alignment, and then when I actually entered, we didn't. But I mirrored the bias, so that was it. Fair value gap. We had fair value gaps holding up the market, and then when I entered, I had an inversion. We had candle confirmation. Stop loss was 15. Risking 2%, unfortunately, because why we ended up losing so much today is I entered with a 50K eval on minis instead of micros. But I didn't notice that because a couple of days, maybe yesterday or maybe last week on TopStep, I was looking at the charts between mini contracts and micro, and I saw that they were different. So on TradingView, I'm looking at mini contract symbols, but on TopStep, I was trading micros, and they were different. I was like, oh, okay. Apparently, I didn't end up switching E-mini contracts on US 500 back to micros, and I entered with 5 contracts on minis instead of 5 micros, because 5 micros would have been, with my stop loss would have been like whatever, 1%, half percent, whatever it would have been. But no, I went in with 5 mini contracts, and I set my stop loss, and it said minus $1,000. And I was like, oh, I'm on minis. Oh, okay. And what would any smart person do in that situation? Exit the trade. Take the smallest. You take the loss of whatever it is, $50, and then the fees or whatever. Take the loss out of the market. Wait for your setup. Make sure you switch to micros. No, greed set in, and I said, oh, it's starting to go up. It's close to my break even. Let me just wait. I'll see. Goes up, and like one tick away from hitting break even, and then it ended up reversing. That's how it goes. Expected that. After it started reversing, I was like, yep, I should have exited the trade, but nope, got greedy. So as you can see, gross P&L, $1,000 loss, fees of $14. We lost it. C setup, honestly. I'll go over that in the charts. This is what we're looking at. So pretty much market open, it dumped on down. There was 2 or 3 fair value gaps. There's like a 1 hour, a 15-minute, and then I think maybe on NAS there was like a 5-minute or 3-minute FVG, and just like lots of FVGs stacked on top of each other, holding up the market. I used this 1 point as a break even, and as you can see, you can't see on this because it's the 1-minute chart, but on the 3-minute, which I don't usually enter off of, 3-minute IFVG was right in here. I entered right there. As you can see, I entered it. It went all the way up, tick below break even, and just dumped on down. And my stop loss was pretty tight. It was at the first like swing low, pretty normal, and just ended up smashing the stop loss within 4 or 5, whatever, 5-6 minutes. Ignore the SMT line. I'll explain that after. We had the IFVG, as you can see. So why did I take this trade? When looking at the high time frame, starting off, we saw a trend was bullish. Previous days were pretty bullish. We had reactions off two fair value gaps. We had a 15 and 1 hour, holding it up, rejecting them. So it's like perfect. Looking for buys. We're rejecting bullish fair value gaps. Arrows I did not look at and didn't see an SMT. There was no SMT. Didn't even kind of like pass my mind looking for the SMT first, especially a high, like, I don't even know how to call it, but like a high percentage SMT. Like there was like, they weren't major lows or major high SMT. It was just like, there's just nothing. Now what I lose 2%, human error, which turned into greed. I entered a 5 mini cons rather than 5 micros. I was rather thinking of trading off a 3-minute IFVG, which is not my usual entry model, so didn't stick to the plan. Once I realized I did not exit the trade, but let it ride due to it starting to go bullish in my favor, only for it to reverse and smash stop loss, which is pretty much what happens every single time. Stay with the trend. I didn't move the stop loss, so, you know, I saw the minus 1,000. I didn't move it I didn't move it at all. I just kept it there. It's okay, that's my stop loss. I'm gonna keep it there. Traded within the kill zone. So I traded at 1036. It was inside the kill zone. That was good. What went wrong? Actually, you can see all the mistakes. We had: execution error, position sizing error, a bunch of other stuff. But what went wrong? Wrong ticker symbol. Didn't notice. Wrong entry. Didn't enter off a 1-minute IFVG like I usually do. No SMT, and was greedy. And then let's go over that. I guess I could go over that. We go over that. So bring this back on. Let me just delete that for now. As you can see here, don't ignore the SMT. I'll get rid of that. We had, starting off the market, we had a 15-minute IFVG right here that it kind of bounced off of. We also had that 1 hour right here. This is the 1 hour. And then we didn't have a 5-minute really that it bounced. There was no 5-minute that it bounced off of. But yeah, those two fair value gaps, that's what I was looking for. And then as you can see on the 3-minute, we had that IFVG. We had a up candle, huge down candle, third candle, leaving that bearish fair value gap, and then we inverted immediately. So I entered. Or yeah. Why does it say that? Interesting. Did I? Maybe that was for the second trade then. Why is that there? See, honestly, human mistakes, left, right, and center. Did I deserve to blow the account? Of course I did, because I don't even know why I entered on that one trade. Interesting. Yeah, I thought there was an IFVG there, but apparently I'm wrong. I'll figure it out after, and I'll journal it, learn from it. But yeah, at time, I guess I saw, maybe I honestly just entered on it because I just no FVG. I just assumed it would actually go up and hit that point. But yeah, that's super weird. Maybe it was a 2-minute. It honestly might have been a 2-minute. Let me open TopStep. It might have been a 2-minute IFVG, which again is not what I boom, blew the account, boys. Let's fucking go. I think it was a 2-minute. Let's go back to ES. I think it was a 2-minute actually. 2-minute IFVG. Yeah, so I entered, where did I enter? Literally nothing, boys. Literally fucking nothing. No FVG inversion, just entered with 5 mini contracts. Yeah, honestly, deserve that. That's totally on me. So something to learn from. I'll journal. I'll redo the journal entry, and definitely make a video on that for myself, aside from this YouTube video that I'll be putting out. And then let's go over the second trade, which was the nail in the coffin. US 500, we entered trade at 1047, got stopped at 1103 due to it blowing the account. We had bullish, we had sideways and lower time frame, pull back into the downtrend. Scalping New York, 1-minute time frame. We had SMT, so now we'll go back. I did have an SMT with NAS. We did have displacement. We did have a 1-minute inversion, and then a higher time frame. I would say that's probably not true. We'll remove that. It was kind of a lower time frame alignment, which we can add in. Let's see if we have a low time frame. We do not have a high time. We have no low time frame alignment. category. We had FVG, liquidity sweep on NAS, and then US 500 didn't sweep. So we had that SMT inversion, fair value gap, candle confirmation. We had a buy, stop loss of 22 pips, hit the stop loss. Again, I entered on mini contracts just because like, okay, this is a good entry. This is a good setup. Let me just, again, take it on minis so I can make the money back. Greed is there. So hit the stop loss again, $14 fee. Blew the account. Actually didn't even hit my stop loss. It blew the account first, so they automatically take you out of the trade. Setup grade was a B. We had all these errors. We had position sizing error, forgotten trade plan, risk management error, regret trading, not following market trends, lack of patience, emotional trading, and market condition misjudgment. So why did I take this trade? After taking the first loss, I justified trading again to make it back since my eval was up this week. My eval ends on November 1st, and I didn't want to pay another like month fee kind of thing. So I was like, okay, this week, kind of my strategy was to scale a little bit in, like scale up higher kind of thing. But yeah, didn't really mean going in with 5 mini contracts. That's not what I meant, but we'll learn from that. Didn't really care if it blew, so I didn't have to pay another month of fee. Entry was a lot better, but married the bias of being bullish when I didn't clearly see that it was starting to turn bearish. Didn't look at the higher time frame as I should. Ended up hitting max loss limit. Blew the account. Also, there was a bullish SMT now with proper 1 minute IFVG, so entered. Forgot to enter that in there, so I just entered that at the end. What went well? We had a better entry. Had an SMT, better position sizing. Not really. I guess it's kind of better position sizing for what I was trying to do, but again, not really true. So I'll own up to that and I'll remove that. Over traded, didn't care about max loss limit, lost 3.5%, didn't look at higher time frame, married the bias, didn't see market structure shift on higher time frame, had terrible PA, but didn't care, and stuck to wrong symbol, being ES instead of micros. So that is that trade. That was the second loss, and that blew the account. Let's make this a little bit bigger. We'll go over here. So as you can see here, let me go back so that those two things are drawn up. There we go. So as you can see here on the US 500, we had a higher high get formed with all these. There's still the fair value gaps getting kind of respected, where on NAS we had that lower low sweeping, and then also staying like within these fair value gaps. So I was going off the basis that the fair value gaps are holding up, and then we had an SMT. Looked on the 1 minute, we had the 1 minute inversion. It was a 2 minute, okay, or 3 minutes, sorry, 3 minute inversion. So again, trading that. So today, honestly, mine was all over the place. Clearly, you can see just terrible trading day. Did not stick to my trading plan, and that is the name of the game pretty much. But yeah, I had that 3 minute inversion on there. So I was like, okay, 3 minute inversion, we'll take the entry. Went up a little bit, and then ended up just ultimately falling on down. As you can see, the trend is now selling off. As far as 5 minute, nothing really on the 5 minute. And then, yeah, honestly, looking back, it's funny because it's supposed to enter off 1 minute fair value gaps, entered off a 3 minute fair value gap, which is not usually what I do. It is possible, but again, not what I usually do. So that justified the trade. And then it kind of just sold off and hit stop loss. Again, here was, I think it stopped me out. I want to say like up here, maybe right there, because it hit max loss limit, where my stop loss is right here. But that's super unfortunate. And then, yeah, that was the loss. That blew the account. Looking back, let's do like an after market report of pretty much what I saw and why I think I probably could have gotten a short sell. If I simply just like look on the 4 hour, let me get rid of all this stuff. Let me get rid of this. As you can see, we're pretty bullish. We're pulling back into a fair value gap. So, that was kind of like my bullish bias that I had. But as you can see, we have this huge wick up, huge sell off. Also, low impact news today was bearish. So I was kind of looking for, why I took buys today is I was looking for a sell off then sell off using manipulation, and then buying it up. That's why my TPs were at the New York Open high, because I wanted to see it go up, hit that New York Open high, and then sell off for shorts. But I got in with the buys, ended up losing, and then I kind of stuck with the buys because I wanted to see it go up to take out that high to then move lower. And that news kind of like helped the bearish buys, but again, not waiting for that and going in with buys first to kind of catch that ride up first. Didn't end up working clearly. As you can see, we have a clear like 1 hour sweep on the US 500. Not really a sweep on the NAS. So I mean, shorts again probably weren't the smartest anyways. We probably had to wait for that big move up first and then look for sell. So probably wouldn't have traded. Probably shouldn't have even traded today if I was looking for shorts. But with news coming up this week, I wanted to trade on a day with not a lot of news where price action wouldn't be as manipulated, but manipulated enough to find a trade was kind of my thinking for the day. But yeah, seeing that huge move up and then huge move down, probably could have seen that we're probably going for shorts first. I was looking for it to kind of sweep out these lows and then move higher, then move lower, but it wanted to move lower first. And then I assume within the next couple of days, it'll probably move higher, taking out highs. But simply, yeah, there was no bearish SMT, I don't believe. Anyways, there probably was not a very strong one, clearly. But yeah, just overall bad trading day. Lots of notes, lots of reviewing to be done. But yeah, that's how today's trade is. Honestly, last week I had like a $500 losing day. Before that, it was up like $2,200, and I was like, damn, doing pretty good on the eval. Again, I thought, I was like, yeah, honestly, I'm gonna pass my first eval. And yeah, rude awakening, but that's how it goes. That's usually how it goes with evals. You don't usually pass your first one, no matter how good you think you are. But we do have a reset due to the errors last week. They ended up giving us a reset on the account for free. So I have a reset. I'm going to reset the account. And yeah, review, go into tomorrow with what I know from what happened to today. Go into tomorrow with a new mindset, new trading plan. Well, not new, added to the trading plan. Also, no trade recap for yesterday because Monday I did not trade, so I didn't put a recap. But today I did trade. So here's the recap. Appreciate y'all. If you guys want to laugh at me in the comments, make sure to leave a comment down below and let me know if you guys traded today or not, if you won or lost. And that'll be it for today. Appreciate y'all, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, maybe. Peace.